This is a deadly place to go swimming. Wow, that's huge. Hey everyone, I am in Belle, Glade, Florida. And what I'm doing in Belle, Glade today is I'm going to go and take a look at Lake Okeechobee. If you're not familiar with Lake Okeechobee, if you look at a map of Florida, it's that big old lake that you see in Florida. That's Lake Okeechobee. Belle Glade, I'm at the southern tip of the lake. So I'm gonna see the lake. I'll check out Belle Glade a little bit too. I'm not really sure what's in Belle Glade. It's a tiny town. And then I'll go and look for the lake, which is gotta be easy to find. It's so huge. All right, let's get going. This is an airport. I don't know what the deal is with the airport. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planes that are the same color, the yellow with that blue stripe. And there's a runway right there on the left. And there's no tower. So there's just a flag letting you know which way the wind is blowing. So I guess you take off based on that. There's no tower, no radio tower. You just take off and boom, you're in the air over Belle Glade. And this is some type of jail or prison. And right there on the left, that's a guard tower. And there's another guard tower right there. So that's some serious business. I've never seen anything like that before. There's one guard tower and a second guard tower. It's like in a movie. This is Main Street. And of course it crosses Gator Boulevard. You know you're close to Lake Okeechobee in Florida when you see a Gator Boulevard. This store, I haven't seen one of these in a long time. Kathy's Cooler. Now my wife Kathy. It's a drive-through convenience store. You actually drive your vehicle inside the building. It's not like a farm store where you drive up next to it. You drive inside the building and you order something. Watch, you'll see the car drive out. They sell, let's see here, Kathy's Corners drive-through, boiled peanuts, beer, cigs, milk, bread, teas, sodas. And this is small town life. This is a radio station, WSWN. That's the building, and the radio station is actually at the transmitter site because you can see the tower is right there. I don't know what they are on the dial, it doesn't say, just WSWN and WBGF. I guess the B is probably BG, Belle Glade something. In Belle Glade, I couldn't really get close to the lake, so I'm driving a little bit up the east side of Lake Okeechobee now. And the next town up from Belle Glade is the city of Pahokee, which is where I'm at right now. Here we are at the Palm Beach County Glades Airport, Pahokee, Florida. And this is an airport like I've never seen before. Here's the road in front of the airport, 2-lane highway. Airport, and then one plane, just one plane, and it's a single engine aircraft. That's it, one airplane in the whole airport, single engine, and not even looking like it's gonna take off. So here I am, right at Lake Okeechobee. This hill, it's the Lake Okeechobee dike, and it surrounds the entire lake. It goes all the way around it because back in the 1920s there was a hurricane. They didn't have the dike and it caused a lot of flooding. So this dike is to stop the waters in case a hurricane hits Lake Okeechobee. And the way it works is this. You can actually drive up here, boat launching. I don't know if I can drive up there or not. I think I'm gonna walk up. That looks like a big old hill for this car. I'm gonna walk up there. This is the dike that goes around the lake. You can drive up here, but I didn't feel comfortable driving up here. I'm in my daughter's Fiat. It's really tiny, and that's a steep hill for a Fiat. You can launch boats up here too, it says. So I thought I would just walk up here and see if I can see the lake when I get to... Oh, this is steep. I'm having a hard time walking up this, tell you the truth. I mean, I'm like really leaning forward. Yeah, that Fiat would have had a difficult time. It might have rolled backwards. And this is not the lake. This is a canal that goes around the entire lake. You can see the car down there. I am further away from the lake than I thought, but this is a big old canal that goes around the whole lake. And this is a boat ramp, believe it or not. It says you can launch boats here. I know it looks like a river, but it is a canal that goes around all of Lake Okeechobee. Walking down this hill. Now I'm leaning back now. This is so steep. This is the steepest hill I think I've ever walked on in Florida. I'm leaning backwards like this to get down this hill. Wow. Wow, this is pretty steep. I'm gonna have to do this again whenever I finally get to Lake Okeechobee. This is the Pahokee Water Tower. And then here, the churches of Pahokee welcome you. And then 369 churches listed up there welcoming you. And then this road, it says scenic route to Lake Okeechobee. So I'm going to drive up there and see what is up this hill. It's my daughter's Fiat. You can see why I didn't go up that last one. Made it to the top of the hill. That is the water tower I was just looking at. Doesn't look so steep right here, but that is pretty steep. And then there's Lake Okeechobee beyond those trees. So I'm gonna walk down there and we'll get up close to the lake. There seems to be a walkway, some docks and everything, so let's check it out. Here we are finally at Lake Okeechobee. I'm on the other side of the Okeechobee dike. So I came down this hill. And it is a big lake. I mean, you cannot see the other side of it. There's no doubt about it. And this is a really nice dock area and walkway. It looks new. I don't know how old it is, but it is beautiful. People are fishing out here. Now, you cannot see the other side. It looks like an ocean. I can see the side of the lake on the east side of it, but I can't see all the way across it to the north side. It's a bass boat. go down these rocks. I don't know if I'm supposed to go down here or not. But I'm going to. Ooh, that's not easy to do. These are shells. All these are shells, not rocks. A few rocks in there, but mostly shells, eh? See? Oh, look at that, a fish, a dead fish. And then over here's a fish that is been eaten. Well, kind of like a little beach. This is Lake Okeechobee. That is a big old lake. I don't think people realize how big Lake Okeechobee is. When you're looking at a map of Florida, it looks big, but when you're here, to not be able to see the other side of the lake really shows you it's amazing. It's amazing. I've been out across this lake my entire life, and it's actually not a deep lake. I've been in times when there hasn't been a lot of rain, there's been droughts, and I've been out in the middle of this lake when you could really get out of the boat and stand on the bottom of the lake and you'd still have your head above water. It can be that shallow in spaces, you know, in certain spots. Some spots it might be deeper, but it is a pretty shallow lake. So I was walking down there by the beach. A lady came up to me. She says, "Are you from Florida?" And I lived in Florida almost my whole life. And she said she has just in the last half hour seen 2 gators about 8 feet long. And she was asking if I'm from Florida because Floridians won't watch out too much. And she says it's mating season, so they might be a little crazier than normal. And they might just come out and grab you. And she said they like to hang out behind these rocks over here. So I'm gonna walk around a little bit and see if I see any gators, but she told me she saw some over here and down there. And 8 feet, I've seen alligators much longer than that, but it was some good advice for me to get out of that area. I guess I didn't realize, because they do, when it's mating season and they nest and everything, you never know, could have been, so maybe the lady saved it. She was very concerned, so I appreciate that. So I'm gonna keep an eye out around and see if I can spot a gator. You notice there's no one fishing down here. Everyone's fishing up here. They're catching catfish over there. The guy over there's catching perch, and they are fishing up high. They're not down here, and they're probably not down here because the gator is fishing too. And I haven't seen him come up. Let me walk around to this side, see if I can find him. This is a big one. This is Granddaddy Gator right here. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I would not mess with this guy. There's 1, 2, I see 3 of them, and there's another really big one on the other side I'll go over in a few minutes. And I don't know what he's doing there. I don't know if he's hunting, hiding out, but there's 3 of them. Look at that guy. This one just came out of nowhere. You can see his tail. That's his tail in the back. Now his tail just went underwater. See his tail? Wow. See, he's swimming. He's got his whole tail and everything going. This is a deadly place to go swimming. Wow, that's huge. Oh, man. That is really scary. That is a big one. Oh, man. He's just floating there. You see his tail? I would not mess with these guys. Oh, man. I mean, I'm up high, and I'm scared. There's 1, 2, 3. I've seen 4 in here. At least 4. Then I gotta go down this big hill. I just have my foot on the clutch. I'm not even giving it gas. And I'm flying down here. Boom. Here we are. Downtown Pahokee. Just driving by and saw these beautiful horses. This guy, he's looking at me. He likes people. Gators, horses. Wow, that is a beautiful animal. Jones Fish House here was recommended by a guy that was fishing down there where all the alligators were. I said, where can I go get some catfish? He said, Jones Fish House. And there's a catfish right there on the sign waving at you. Pretty happy. We're gonna go there and eat catfish. Now this was an interesting experience. So when I was over there at the gator nest, I asked a guy, where can I go get me some catfish to eat? So he sent me to this place. He says they're very well known, great catfish. And I came over here expecting a restaurant. And it's not a restaurant. It's not a restaurant. It's takeout. They sold me catfish. This is a catfish to take home and cook. So they don't cook them here. You buy it and you take it home and cook. But you know, this catfish here, this is enough for one person. It was 95 cents. So that's a pretty good deal. But I was expecting to have a restaurant to go and sit down in and have some catfish. So I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. As you can see behind me, that's a sugarcane field. And I'm really not even sure exactly where I am. So I'm gonna try to find some place to eat where I can order a meal and have it cooked for me instead of catfish. It is cold though, so this is pretty fresh catch, though, and I'm sure it's very tasty, but I can't cook it out here in the car. Oh well. Live and learn. I guess I'm a big city guy. I'm not used to the small town around the lake kind of thing that goes on, because this seems like completely normal to people around here. All right, let me see if I can find a restaurant.